Thank you so much for agreeing to interview with us.
Of
Really
course.
appreciate it.
Yes.
Can you introduce yourself, what your role in the band is, and how long you've been with the Wailers?
Well, yes. So my name is Aston Barrett Jr. I'm the son of Aston Familyman Barrett from Bob Marley and the Wailers, the bass player, and also the nephew of the drummer of Bob Marley and the Wailers, because they're brothers, so we call them Barrett brothers. Drum and the bass, dub music. I'm also the grandson of Joe Higgs, who's the godfather of reggae, who's Bob Marley's vocal coach, my mom's father. So I'm Wailers. I'm a Wailer on both sides, you know, and I'm currently the band leader of the Wailers now.
So what does that mean, being the band leader?
Meaning that I'm responsible for this mission of the generation of today. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this music moving so everyone could be happy, and we balance the world with positive music. Yes.
When did you first have contact with the Wailers? Like, what's your first memory of the band?
When I was
Or
born.
Bob Marley, too.
Yeah, I didn't meet Bob. Yeah, Bob passed in 1981, right, May 11th. I was born in 1990. Yeah, October, which this is my month. My birthday's coming up. You know,
Happy
I'm a
birthday.
Libra. Thank you. Yeah, and I just remember growing up, the whole house, we had pictures of Bob that you've never seen before. We have the records, the plates, you know, and I've seen a lot of the original members used to come to the house, and I grew up with the Marley family, grew up with many top musicians over the years. So I just grew up seeing this, and I was just born into the Wailers family. Yeah.
So you were surrounded by music growing up.
My whole life.
How was that? What instruments did you play? What did you learn?
Well, bass guitar, which is my real instrument, that's the first instrument I played. I played the bass guitar on one string, and that's how I learned. And then I moved to the other string. My father, he didn't know that I wanted to play bass, but I didn't know who my father was, really. Until one day I was watching a video and my mom is like, "Look, you see your dad?" And I'm like, "That's Daddy?" And he's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "I want to be like him." So when he came home, my mom is like, "Give him one of your basses that you're not using." So he gave me a Steinberger from the 80s. I only had one string. And my dad said, "Learn on that, and when I come back from tour, I want to see what you learn." I don't think he took me serious, but I learned Rastaman vibration. Yeah, and when he came back, I showed him. He's like, "I have a present for you in the morning." And the morning was the bass with all four strings.
All four strings.
Yeah. And so that's why I started out with, you know, that's why I started out in the music. So bass, I played drums in high school. The jazz band, I went to a magnet school for jazz. It was Dillard Performing Arts in Florida, Fort Lauderdale. And my teacher, he's the best, Christopher Dorsey. So everyone know Christopher Dorsey. He's the best jazz band teacher ever for me. And then I started learning other instruments from the original Wailers. Earl Lindo, he passed away. Tyrone Downey also passed away, who made all the hits for Three Little Birds, One Love, all of those, you know, and my dad obviously passed away last year as well. So, but I represent him in the movie, Bob Marley One Love movie, you know, so that's how I learned everything, but bass and drums is my real instruments, like more dominant.
Yeah, you're really holding down that rhythm section.
Yes,
yeah.
yes, yes.
How is it working with the other members of the band?
Oh, nice, man. I like working with musicians that are on the same wavelength of this mission that we're doing. The mission is spreading peace, love, and unity, you know. And back in the days when my dad and Bob was doing it, it was also get up for your rights. It was also don't make your mind be slave to the system in a negative way, but find a way to make a better living in the system where you could beat the system legally, not illegally. You know what I'm saying? And so before my father retired, he said, "I want you to spread more love, make more love songs." And he's like, if there's anything going on in the world that you need as a revolutionary song that could unite the people and keep their minds straight if you see them going like this, we already wrote those songs, so you could sing those songs. But for you, as a new generation, sing about something new, which is save the earth. More love songs. Don't litter. Save the ocean. Same thing, you know what I mean? Yeah.
So you're playing the old songs, but you're also playing new songs, and
Yes,
a new album. Can
from
you
our
tell
new
me
album.
about that?
Yes, so our new album was produced by Emilio Estefan, one of the best producers in this world, you know. The album is called Evolution, and that's the first album I sang so many songs, because I'm not usually a singer, you know what I mean? And it was great, you know, bringing back all the original style and the roots and mixing it with some different genres of music, such as Latin and just different world music as well. But he produced 2 albums for us. So one of the first album came out during the pandemic called One World, which means bringing everyone together, every religion, as we as one to fight this coronavirus that was there at the time, you know. And then second one is Evolution, and they both got nominated for the Grammy.
Congratulations.
So thank you. Hard work pays off. We didn't know what was going to happen, but we did it, and the recognition was there, and I made my father proud, you know, so.
Yeah. And there's a big legacy that comes with the Wailers name, I'm sure you know. And for those, I mean, you weren't in necessarily the original group, but can you tell me about how you're carrying that legacy forward? You've mentioned it a little bit, but also maybe some of the pressures of that legacy. What does that mean to you?
Yeah, it's a lot of pressure in certain ways, and it's also not in other ways, which is such a Libra thing to say. You know, which way it is, you know? No, but basically, it's pressure in a way where you know that you're responsible for not just your family and not just the band members, but you're responsible for the world. You're one of the people that are here to keep balance, you know? So our music is here to keep balance in the world. When someone is angry, we're here to make you better, you know? A few people came to us years ago when I was with my dad. A guy came like, I was gonna commit suicide. I'm like, what? He's like, you saved me. Another lady said, you saved me. A guy said he had brain cancer. He's a friend of ours. And he's like, I was listening to your dad's bass line and the lyrics of Bob, and I told myself, I'm gonna live. I'm not gonna die. And he's still living. Now he's married, have his kid, living a great life. He's our friend. We call him Romy. He's a race car driver, you know? So it's like you hear all these stories and you're like, man. So that's the part when you know the legacy is a lot to carry. But the part that is not hard, but I'm just grateful, I'm also a fan of my dad. So it's not like, oh, I'm his son. Like, whoa, I'm really his son? Wow. You know, I feel grateful. So, and my dad taught me so many things. So now, as a new generation, I'm going to do what I could do to keep the music working. And I still work with the Marley family as well, because if you think about Wailers, you think about Bob Marley, you think about the members, Bob Marley, Peter Tosh, Bunny, Family Man, Carlton, you know. So Family Man and Carlton, very dominant. They were with Bob from when Bob started going up in his career. They never left. So you just feel good. So this is the part that is not hard because I just knew what I wanted to do. And since I was in high school, middle school, high school, I told myself it's manifestation. I was like, I'm going to tour with my dad. And I'm going to run the Wailers with him. I didn't know why I was thinking that, but I knew that what I was going to do. And that's why, you know, when you're young in college and stuff, you can manifest what you really want. You just have to just say, I'm going to do it. I don't know how, but I'm going to do it. And I am a manifestation of that. That's the way it works, you know. So both sides, no pressure when it comes to what it really sums up to. Yeah.
Yeah. And I know you went on tour with your dad.
Yeah.
When you were around college age, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how long have you been touring for then?
Oh, man. I didn't count it. Yeah. You know, I was touring before, actually. I was touring since I was in middle school. Yeah, 7th, 8th grade in middle school, I used to just tour around Miami area or some parts of the U.S. The most place I would go is California and Colorado with Julian Marley. So Julian Marley, Bob's son, he was born in England. He's the first one that ever took me on tour. And I'll be in school, he's like, hey, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm in school. He's like, well, I have a 2 weeks tour. You want to come? At the time, I was living with my sister, and she's like, you could go, but you have to come back and finish up your school. And I came back, and if I had to do night school, I still graduated with honors because my father always told me, he's like, listen, I didn't get the education I needed to be where I needed to be in life differently, even though I made it and I became a legend, but I wish I did something. So when you had children, he's like, I need you to focus in school. I need you to at least finish high school, and then you could see what you want to do for college. And between him and my mom, I promised them I would, and I graduated with honors. So, toured in middle school, high school. Then when I did Berkeley online college, that's when I was really working with my dad. Then I took 2 years off and started touring with Lauryn Hill. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was we did the Rock the Bells 2011. That was whew, amazing. And Nas was on that tour. We did some stuff. So, and then my dad asked me to come back. And when I came back, I've been in Wailers ever since. So 2009 is when I started with Wailers full time. And I've been there ever since till my dad retired in 2016. So all those years, every day, stories every day, learning, you know? Yeah, man.
So you kind of went out on your own for a while, and then you came back.
Yeah,
Back to the Wailers.
because I got the experience from Julian, and then a little experience from my dad. And then Lauryn Hill heard about me, because she's a fan of my dad. So, and Wailers, obviously, Bob Marley, you know, everyone. So I got the link, and I went there, and she was happy. Stayed there for 2 years, and I tried it on my own, and it was good because it's more independent. I think I was 18. I was 18, 19, 20. Yeah, I don't remember. I think I was either 19 or 20 when I was with Lauryn Hill doing that, yeah. And it was good. It was a very good experience because it also taught me how to run the band differently. Because you have to understand, every culture is different. You know, running it from a Jamaican point of view is different than running it from American point of view, also from her point of view, and also England point of view, because everyone toured different caliber, yeah, of touring, you know. She does a lot of stadium. My dad did more stadiums back in Bob days. He did stadiums, but mostly in Bob days were like that caliber. So Lauryn Hill was on a different caliber where I was like, whoa, what is this? So when I started to understand how different thing works, like per diem, buyout, pay different, travel, Skype, and all of these things, I learned a lot more of those things working with Lauryn Hill. So then I was like, oh, this is how the industry really works. I didn't know, because, you know, us in Jamaica, we just, like, this is what we have, so you just got to work with this, which is fine. You know, because reggae music was just, it was huge one time, then it was just normal. So the budget to pay everyone was different. So you have to find a way how to make it work. But then when I learned with her, which was a different budget, and you're like, okay, you could spend this amount of money about this. So it's like when I learned everything together, when I come here and I started to run the band, I took pieces and pieces from things, the good pieces that you could put together, and then when I run the band, everyone that works with us, even if they fill in, they're like, when am I gonna come back? They all want to come back because first the environment is amazing, but then the business part of it is so good. Well, the best that we can do, because you always could get better. Someone will always have something. Just experience teaches wisdom, basically.
And I'm sure it changes when you go on world tours and you go around the globe. And
Oh,
you were
yeah.
recently in Europe. Can you tell me about that and how you ended up here in North Carolina?
Oh, yeah. Well, in Europe, Europe is definitely a different market, and they really love reggae music. They really love the artists and the instruments and the music. A lot of places we'll go to, they love the Legend album. Obviously, it's a great album, one of the best. When you go to Europe, you play the Legend, they're like, man, we want to hear some of the other songs. We're like, wow, okay. Because they're real fans. They're true fans. Same thing as South America, So South America and Europe is where we do a lot of some of the biggest shows, America we do, but it's up and down, different ones. And we like to go into different places. We like to go into towns that people don't really go to or you don't really hear reggae because we want to spread the love everywhere. So we're not just the big place. We want to spread it here. We like to see the people, feel the people, So coming to that, the promoter is a friend of ours, and he's like, hey, I want to come here and play in some places in North Carolina. And we're like, okay. We look on our schedule, we made it work. My manager, Rich, and him, they spoke with the booking agent, and we made it work, and that's how we're here. And what we love is that he wants to bring the community together everywhere, shape and form, where it comes to like the college, the children, the kids, because the generation of today is important because that's what it has to be. It has to get better. So we have to encourage everyone so they can have that better mindset and like, no, we need a better world. And and that's how we're here.
And Elon University is right down the street, so there's going to be a lot of Elon
Oh,
students
wow,
here today.
wow.
Can you tell me about having like a college age audience here too?
Oh, that's awesome, man. Oh, I feel so good. Knowing that the college is coming and they love reggae music and they know Wailers music, that make us feel so good. Because I remember when I was the college age and my friends, they all knew about Wailers music. I felt proud. I'm like, wow, this music is really different. And even some of them used to say, man, your father's music saved my life, And you still hear it today. So that shows you that Bob Marley and the Wailers music has no category. It's not old and it's not new. It's just there,
Yeah. And what does the message mean to you, especially nowadays?
It means peace, love, and unity. The message is peace, love, and unity, but what it really means to me, it means hope. The message means hope and faith. You have to have hope and faith to know that in life, there's ups and downs. As we say, life is one big road with lots of signs, but when you're riding through the ruts, don't complicate your mind. Because if you think about it, every time you get upset, and then when you cool off and you get better, you're like, I didn't have to get so upset. And then you just keep going and you're like, no, I have to give them my boundaries. And you have to have boundaries. You have to have boundaries. But it's how you show the people, how they perceive you, how you let them read you. Because people know you're always going to get upset, then some people are just triggered to always do stuff to make you get upset. Or if they don't really know what works, then they don't know. So with all of that, with the music, of what it means is showing you that there's ups and downs everywhere else, but you have to have faith. And you have to not just have faith, but have hope. And what's the hope? This whole world is built with hope and faith. No one knew they were going to make airplanes. They're like, man, I'm going to take the boat, the ship or whatever to go here back in the days. And they're like, man, we need a faster way. Imagine if we could fly like the bird. And they're like, oh, that's impossible. Someone's like, no, I have hope. Someone's going to come up with something. We're humans. We don't know our limits. We have no limits. But once we're connected and with our self and our spirit, and we know ourselves as one, we could do anything. And now we have planes, could go anywhere, right? So that's the message, hope.
Yeah, and you're here at Burlington Food Hall today to spread hope
Yes.
as well. What can audiences expect tonight?
Oh my gosh. This is gonna be a one-time show that you never seen before. You're gonna be dancing, you're gonna be jamming, you know what I mean? Jamming, and we're all gonna be jamming together, and we're all gonna be laughing, smiling, and just having a great time, as we say, could you be loved? Yeah.
You're doing shows like this. I mean, if this is a once-in-a-lifetime show,
Yeah.
but you're doing shows all the time. How do you
Yeah.
make it different each time?
We change the set list every day. But that's one way of saying it. But what makes it different every time is the audience, the fans. Every place you go into is different energy. And you have to see what the energy is and see the people and be there for the people and to show them love like, hey, it doesn't matter what you're going through in life, we're here for you. Hey, let's dance together. Let's get some music and see what it is. Because sometimes you might do shows and people dance and sometimes they don't move. And then when people don't move, a lot of musicians in different bands, they'll be like, oh, we need to speed up the music, they're not moving. No, sometimes you have to realize people are like, what am I feeling? Why am I feeling this way? I wasn't in a good mood, but something is making me feel better. And that's what our music does. So we're like, hey, we don't watch that. We're going to pull you in because we're going to make you have a great day. Yeah, man.
Yeah. And you're getting towards the end of the tour.
Yeah.
What is next?
Brazil. Yeah, we're going to go to Brazil. And that's what's next, like in 2 weeks' time. But we have a excited show tomorrow and here. And then next week we have a show with Julian Marley. It's going to be the Wailers featuring Julian Marley. So that's what we're going to do next. So we have to rehearse because we didn't rehearse. And we're not going to rehearse with him. So we're going to have sound check, rehearse some of his songs and set, and then that's what we're going to do. But I'm feeling great. And being here is amazing. And for the audience and the crowd, it's going to be one love.
Well, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Really appreciate your time
Yeah,
today.
man.
Is there anything
You
else
too.
you'd like to add?
Yes. Check out our album, Evolution. Yes, it's a wonderful album produced by Emilio Estefan. And you can check us out on Instagram, Facebook, and our website, thewailers.com, thewailers.com, and then The Wailers Official for Instagram and Facebook. And I'm Aston Barrett Jr., AstonBarrettJr.com. You learn a lot more about me, not only by Wikipedia, And last thing, check out the Bob Marley One Love movie. I played my father in the Bob Marley One Love movie to represent, so you can watch that. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
Awesome.
Thank you.